Good evening, everyone. For CanHammer, this is Francois, and tonight you're in for a treat because I am filming my very first battle report. Well, actually my second battle report, but the first one was all blurry, so we had to delete it. Let's not talk about that. So, please, apologies in advance for the sloppy camera work and the lighting. My setup's not quite as professional as Darren's, but do leave a comment below and let me know if you like what you see. Constructive criticism, very much appreciated. Tonight, I'm joined by Peter. Say hi, Peter.
Hello. So
Peter and I are tonight practicing our lists for the CTC, the Canadian Tabletop Championship, that is happening this weekend. Peter brought his Necrons, and I'm going to be using Knights. We are playing an ITC mission tonight. We're going to play Mission 5, Precious Cargo. We'll be right back with the lists. So my list is Imperial Knights. It's 3 Knight Crusaders and 2 Guard battalions. So first up we have my Warlord. This is House Krast, and my Warlord has Iron Bulwark, giving him a 4-up invuln, and Endless Fury as his relic. Next I'm going to spend 2 command points to make the other Crusader with the rapid fire battle cannon and give him the Krast household trait, which is the first Knight, meaning he rerolls all 1s in shooting and combat. I'm also going to give him the Headsman's Mark, the Krast relic that increases his damage against things that have 10 or more wounds, because Peter has a lot of those. Now Peter also has Quantum Shielding, so I don't know if that's actually the best thing, but we'll give it a go. The third Knight does not have a battle cannon. I would love it for him to have one, but the points didn't quite work out. He has the big Melta, and I'm not giving him anything else. So far I've spent 2 command points. Next we go into my Guard battalions. 2 Guard battalions, both of them just 3 units of Cadian infantry. Some of the sergeants have bolt guns because I had points to spare. Then we have the HQs, 3 company commanders. This one, which is one of my favorite models, I did pay for the Power Fist. I have a Primaris Psyker rounding out the HQ choices, and I'm paying 2 command points to get a Calidus Assassin come in. One of those battalions is going to be an Emperor's Wrath Artillery Company, because I also have a Wyvern, which I can make shoot twice for 2 CP. Apologies for the paint job on the Wyvern, it was a bit of a rush job, not really up to my usual standards. So that's my list. We'll be right back with Peter's list. Alright, we're back with Peter's Necron list. So Peter, tell us what's what.
So we have a Airwing detachment with 3 Doom Scythes.
Right.
For 1 CP you can do a, remember these?
A big blast!
A 6-inch blast to do 3d3 mortal wounds.
Very nice.
And then we have a regular battalion detachment.
Right.
With Imhotech.
Imhotech.
And a Cryptek as our HQ choices.
Right.
The Cryptek has, I forgot the name of the war gear. It's the war gear that lets you redeploy.
Right.
Your models. And then we have 2 units of warriors.
Mm-hmm.
A unit of immortals that are proxying Tesla.
Right.
Then we have 2 units of scarabs, 1 of 6 bases and 1 of 5.
Right.
We have 3 Doomsday Arcs.
Right, there we go.
And 2 Ghost Arcs.
Right.
I apologize for the painting. I rushed these and
oh, they look good, man.
They're still a work in progress, but
I like the light effect on the Doom sides there.
Yeah, thank you very much. And we have 10 CP total because Imhotech is the Warlord.
Of course. All right. So I mean that's a lot of firepower on there. I have a feeling first turn might be important.
Yeah, and the only other war gear we have to worry about is the Cryptek has the Chronometron, which gives a 5+ invulnerable save within 3 inches.
Very nice. So we'll be back right after deployment. Okay, welcome back. We are deployed. So we rolled a 2, and so very boringly we have Dawn of War deployment, 12 inches on either side. Now we're playing ITC Mission 5, Precious Cargo. So I moved an objective just behind this line of sight blocking structure there, and Peter moved one just back there. Now, quick note about terrain. This is my Sigmar table because my 40k table is not fully painted, so it's a little light on terrain. I did put a big line of sight blocking piece in the middle, which I'm hoping is going to help, but we're going to house rule things a little bit so that if units are touching the buildings, here there, and there, they're considered in cover. And if they're in between those rocks, they're in cover. In between those trees, they're in cover. So now what we're going to do is a roll for priority. Peter gets the +1. So I rolled a 3. Peter gets a 6. Peter, do you want first turn?
Yes, please.
All right, Peter's going to take first turn. Peter, what's your strategy for this game?
Not lose as badly as I did last time.
All right, it sounds good. Okay, we'll be back after Necron movement turn 1. Okay, Necron movement phase complete. As you can see, the flyers came screaming forward. 2 of the arcs. These are the... what kind of arcs?
Those are the ghost arcs.
Those are the ghost arcs. Both ghost arcs came forward. This one is hiding behind a church there, so I can't really see it. These guys stayed stationary. These scarabs grabbed this objective right here. These immortals advanced and rolled a 1. So Peter had to spend a command point, which my Calidus made 2 command points. Now, this is why the Calidus is so great.
I forgot to roll for the...
Now, however, the immortals are in range of these guardsmen. And Peter needs to roll to see if he gets his command point back. So let's see if you do.
5 up? No, it doesn't happen.
Okay, so now it's Necron shooting phase because they don't believe in psychic shenanigans. There's a lot of firepower about to come my way. So we'll come back after the shooting phase and we'll see what's still alive. Okay, so we're midway through the shooting phase. This knight has already taken a beating from the Doomsday arcs over there. And now Peter is activating a stratagem. What are you doing, Peter?
It's called Amalgamated Targeting Data.
Okay.
And I can read it out for you.
No, that's fine. Just tell us what it does.
Essentially, it's a 6-inch blast marker.
6-inch blast marker.
And
okay, so you're using your retro blast marker there.
And this is actually a Gen 1. Like, this is OG.
Okay. So it's going to hit my primary psyker, and my knight, and my wyvern, and this unit of guardsmen, right?
Exactly.
Okay, and it's D3 damage?
It's 3d3 mortal wounds when it goes off per mod.
3d3 on everything. Okay, wow.
Let me reread it.
Yeah, read it, because that sounds way too strong.
Oh, well, we can't have anything good in Necrons?
No, you can't.
So, it's use a stratagem in your shooting phase if a Dynasty Doomsday from your army is within 6 inches
of course,
of 2 other friendly Doomsdays.
Yep.
The Doomsdays cannot fire their death rays.
Okay.
And shoot their Tesla
so death rays don't fire, okay.
Instead, select a point on the battlefield within 24 inches of all 3 vehicles.
Yeah.
Roll a d6 for each unit within 3 inches of that point, so 6-inch.
Okay, you roll a d6 for each, yeah.
Add 1 to the result of the unit being rolled for as 5 or more models, but subtract 1 of the unit being rolled for as a character.
Okay.
On a 4+, that unit suffers 3d3 mortal wounds.
Okay, on a 4+.
On a 4+.
Okay, yeah, it's not automatic. Okay.
No,
all right, so let's do the rolls on camera. So the wyvern on a 4+. Nope.
Nope.
The knight on a 4+. He's not a character, this one. Nope.
No. Can we command point that?
Have you command pointed in the shooting phase?
No,
right?
I have not yet.
No. Okay, you can.
Command point.
Command point.
You got.
It goes off. Now let's see if my Calidus costs you an extra command point. It does. So you're now down to 2 command points, Peter.
Let's see if I get command points back at the end of this, but that's okay. So 3d3.
3d3 on the knight. So I'm going to spend a command point to ignore those on 5s. So that's going to be 1, 3, 6 mortal wounds on the knight. I'm going to spend 1 command point and ignore those on 5s. So there we go. 5, 6. So I ignore, well that, we're going to reroll that. I ignore none. Oh wow, okay, so 6 mortals on the knight. The knight is down to 8.
And then we have this guy, so on a 5.
Yep, on a 5 because it's a character.
So nope.
That's a 1, so nope.
And then on
the Cadians, there's 10 of them, so it's on a 3. 2.
Wow,
well, you were very unlucky there. That's a really great stratagem. It just didn't work out for you. Well, actually, you hurt my knight. This knight is down to 8 wounds now, and you haven't finished shooting.
I have not finished
shooting
yet.
So it might die. Well, we never know. Well, actually, he's probably safe, because the big guns have fired, right?
No, the Tesla cannons.
Tesla cannons might get it. Okay, so we'll be back once the Tesla cannons have fired. But wow, that's an awesome stratagem. All right, back in a minute. And we're back, and you'll notice something's missing there. My knight failed 6 of 8 3-up saves, and then Imhotep killed him with his like weird ray gun thing. So I'm down a knight, but my guardsmen all lived thanks for the take cover stratagem and the prepared positions. So only a couple died here and there. I'm not feeling too bad. Despite losing 450 points in the night there, I think my counter punch is going to hurt. Peter, how do you feel that turn went?
I spent 8 command points.
You spent 8 command points. Or actually, you spent 5, and my Calidus Assassin cost you 3 more. See, this is why the Calidus is so great.
I'm still feeling pretty good. Like,
it's a good start, for sure. Killing a knight turn 1 has got to have you feeling good.
Yeah.
So now we'll see what the 2 remaining knights here, my Warlord and my Krast Headsman, can do. We'll be back after my movement phase. Okay, Knight's movement turn 1 complete. These guardsmen stayed on this objective. These guardsmen stayed on these objective. This hurt squad fell back a bit. Don't want to give him an easy kill. Then 2 squads of guardsmen just kind of advanced past the flyers to hide behind the church there. Knights moved their full movement forward. And now we're going to go into Psychic phase. Actually, let's do it on camera. I have a Psyker there, and you know what he's going to do? He's going to smite that middle flyer. So on a 5, this goes off. On 5 just, and that's going to be 1 mortal wound. We'll be back with the shooting phase. Okay, we're back. Knight's shooting phase went pretty well. Actually, these Cadian guardsmen did quite a few wounds on these knight sides over there. And then the knights split fire, and 2 of the knight sides died. And I also, between the Wyvern and Endless Fury on this knight, nuked those scarabs over there, which means they're no longer holding this objective, which is going to give me hold more at the end of this turn. Now, however, I'm going to attempt to charge this arc over there. It's a big charge, actually. Can I even make it? Can you measure that? Am I 12 inches away? I'm eyeballing it that I'm probably
straight line, yes, but
yeah, okay.
Around the corner.
Well, I don't have to go around the corner, right? I just have to go base to base. So
yeah,
swing the dice.
To base.
So,
11. That's about
11 gets me within 12, right?
Yeah.
To the nose.
Yeah.
So it's an 11-inch charge. Do I want to eat the Overwatch for an 11-inch charge? No. No. So cancel that. No charge there. We are going to. That's going to be the end of my turn then, which means that I am going to score. I'm going to score kill. I'm going to score kill and hold and kill more and hold more, thanks to those scarabs dying. And I got 2 big games for the killing the flyers, and I got a butcher's bill. Oh no, actually I marked the flyers for my marked for death with the immortals, right? So it's actually 2 marked for death, not 2 big game, but whatever, it's the same difference. So that puts me on 7 points to Peter's 5, because he got a bunch of points for his Titan Slayer by killing my knight and wounding the other one. So this is where we're at after turn 1. We'll come back after Necron movement turn 2. Okay, we're back after Necron movement phase. So over here we have some warriors that came out of their transport and advanced onto this objective. Everything over there stayed stationary. The plane moved because it had to. And over here we have a cheeky redeploy. So Peter, tell us what this artifact is that lets you redeploy.
It is called the, oh my god, I forget the name of it. The Nightmare Shroud? No, it's not the Nightmare Shroud. The something shroud. The Veil of Darkness.
Veil of Darkness. There we go.
So once per game, you can take your HQ and 1 unit of infantry and redeploy them.
Very nice. And as you can see, they fit, but barely. They're literally 9.1 inch away there, tucked into the corner. So they almost couldn't make it, but I made a mistake. I thought they were screened out, but they weren't. There's just enough space for them to fit there. So I have a feeling these Cadians are about to have a bad day. We'll be back after shooting phase.
Actually,
Cleo, how do you think the game's going? Is the game going well? Cleo, what do you think? Cleo? I don't think Cleo's very much interested by our game. She seems pretty bored. Cleo? No? Okay. Alright. We're midway through the shooting phase here, and I thought I would check in because these guys just nuked the Cadians and the company commander that were holding this objective. And now we're shooting all the shots from these guys and the barge into the knight. And these guys still haven't shot. So the big guns still haven't fired. We'll be back once that's done. Okay, we're back, and the Doomsday Arcs there whiffed a little bit. So one of them did take 9 wounds off my Wyvern, so it's neutered now, hitting on 6s. Not really going to do much anymore. But the other 2 decided to go onto this knight, and this knight made 5 out of 5 4-up invulnerable saves. Now, I did have to spend a command point to reroll 1 of those, but that's still really, really great for the knights. Peter, how do you feel about that?
You know what? I'm doing better against you than I did with Darren.
Okay, so right now here we had some Cadians die. So I'm gonna have to deal with this mess here to make sure this objective stays squarely in my camp, and I'm going to have to shoot these warriors off of that objective to make sure I can hold more again. And so we'll come back after Knight's turn 2 movement phase. Okay, so I just moved forward with this knight. The plan is to destroy both the warriors over there and the barge. Between shooting and charging, that should be no problem. This knight is going to be do the same thing here, the immortals and the barge. I'm going to ignore the flyer now that there's only one. I'm not too afraid of it. And I am ignoring the big guns too. These are scary guns, but with my 4-up invulnerables, I'm actually fairly confident that he can't kill me fast enough. So I'm going to focus on killing more and holding more by getting rid of these things over here and ignoring the big scary barges at the back. So we'll come back after my psychic and shooting phase. Basically, psychic is going to be this guy throwing a cheeky smite over there, and then the knights are going to shoot. We will come back with the results of that in a moment. Okay, we're back. So in the shooting phase, I managed to get rid of the immortals over here and the warriors that were holding that objective there. Then in the charge phase, I charged this arc with this knight, and that arc with this knight. I did lose a wound on the way in here, but now I'm feeling pretty confident about this game. We'll be back after the fight phase. We'll see if these knights can stompy stomp the arcs to death. Back in a moment. Okay, we're back after the fight phase. So miraculously, I totally whiffed on this arc, and it's alive on 1 wound. This arc, however, got stomped to death very easily, and warriors inside came out. 1 died on the disembark, but there's still 9 there facing my knight. Now, this does mean that I've killed 3 to Peter's 2, and I hold right now, actually I hold 3 objectives right now to Peter's 1. So I've killed more and I've held more, so I am in the lead. But the game's not over. Necrons Turn 3 coming up next. Necron movement phase is over. Cryptek came a little bit closer. These warriors stayed stationary. I have a feeling they're just going to shoot at the knight. The flyer flew over there because it had to. And if it came here, then next turn it would have flown off the table, so it kind of had to go there. Obviously the big guns are staying stationary because they want to shoot at full power. Alright, let's see what happens in the rest of Necron Turn 3. Okay, we're back. So after this shooting phase, my Wyvern is dead, and the Doomsday Arc, one of them killed the Wyvern, the other 2 shot the Knight. Got 9 hits, something like that?
Yeah, 9
hits,
6 wounds.
And 6 wounds, and I saved 5 of them. Yeah. So I saved 5 4-ups. This Knight, by all laws of probability, should be dead. But the 1 shot that did go through at least was the big 6, so he is down to 10 wounds. But that was very unlucky, Peter. Odds were, with this many hits, this many wounds, that knight should have been dead. But it stands still, and now Peter is going to charge. Peter, you're charging this arc?
I will be charging the arc into the guardsman.
Into the guardsman. Okay, roll your charge, see if you make it.
Yeah, 8.
Okay, we'll do some token overwatch off camera, and then we'll come back after the fight phase. Okay, so the Ghost Arc charged in. It's here, but because the hill is a little wobbly and the model's not too solid, it's really here. And hilariously killed the Guardsman. Guardsman failed to do anything in return. Now, these guys have now lost 7 guys in their turn. I'm down to a single command point here, so I will, I think, just have them run away, I guess. Unless I roll a 1. I rolled a 2. Nope, they run away. 2 of them go. So this is the unit of Guardsmen wiped. Okay, this is the end of Peter's turn 3. That didn't go too badly. I mean, you whiffed a little bit on this knight, unfortunately, but you at least got kill here, kill there, so you've killed 2. You still hold that objective. So we will come back for Knight's turn 3. Okay, we're back for Knight's turn 3. So this Knight stayed on this objective, because he's not going to get all the way over there anyway, and he can shoot from there comfortably enough. This Knight shuffled up a bit because he's going to be charging those warriors. We kind of just rejiggered our position here a little bit. Now here, In my psychic phase, my psyker killed the barge over there with his smite. It only had 2 wounds remaining. Then the barge exploded, did 2 wounds to this company commander and 2 wounds to these Cadians. But I'm now back in control with 3 objectives. Now we're going to go into shooting and charges and combat, and we'll be right back after all of that. This is going to be a summary because this game, I think, is winding down now. Okay, so in shooting it went pretty well. The middle Doomsday Ark died, and the leftmost one is down to 3 wounds remaining. Then in the charge phase, my Calidus, which I had forgotten to bring down turn 2, but I remember turn 3, charged the Cryptek, and my Knight here charged the Warriors. So we'll see what happens, but I'm fairly confident these Warriors at least are dead. We'll see what the Assassin can do against the Cryptek, and we'll be back with the result of that in just a moment.
You forgot to shoot your Assassin.
I forgot to shoot my Assassin, you're right. Well, this is what happens when we play at 11 p.m. My brain shuts down and I forget things. But it's good practice. It mimics the pressure and the time crunch of a tournament. So I forgot to shoot the Assassin, so we're not going to go back and do it. We're just going to hope the Assassin can do the business in close combat. Okay, so the Assassin murdered the Cryptek, did 10 damage to it. It was actually kind of silly. Then the Knight, surprisingly, only killed 6 Warriors, so 3 of them are still alive there, and the others might reanimate. As for the points, we worked it out. We killed the same this turn, but I still hold more, and I am way ahead on secondaries. So it's still a runaway points victory for the Knights right now, but we'll see what Necrons Turn 4 can bring. We'll be back with a summary of Necrons Turn 4 in just a moment. Okay, so this is a summary of Necron Turn 4. So the Doomsday Arks moved forward to get their Gossaries into range of the Guardsmen. Now, I think that Peter should have done that way earlier to get more firepower onto the Guardsmen.
Oops.
And yet, he still whiffed. And this one sergeant is left alive. There were 3 men in that squad, only 2 died. Well, actually, they could fail morale on the 6, so let's roll that. No, they're fine. Because they're leadership 7 with the sergeant. They lost 2. Yeah, they're fine. Now, on the Knight, the big guns shooting at the medium profile whiffed completely. Did nothing. Over here, the plane wiped the squad that was on this objective. So at least Peter gets 1 kill. So he gets a kill and a hold. But now it's Knight's turn 4. And I think it's about to be good night. Okay, so here's the summary of Knight's turn 4. Turn 4 or 5? I'm tired. I think it's turn 4.
Turn 4. Yeah.
Here, the quantum shielding was really annoying. And managed to bounce a lot of damage back. So this Ark is still alive on 6 wounds. But I did kill the plane that was there, and I killed the other Ark that was there. So I killed 2 things to Peter's 1, and I still hold more and kill more, so I'm still way up in the lead. Peter, should we keep going?
Yeah, I'll finish.
You want to keep going? Try and max your points? We're going to fight to the finish? Okay, so we're coming back with Necrons Turn 5 in a minute.
It wasn't enough.
Necron Turn 5 over, so not much happened there. This squad of guardsmen got killed by those warriors, but as Peter just said, it's not enough.
It wasn't enough turn 1. So.
Okay, so the Knights Turn 5 coming up next, and I think that might be the end of the game. Alright, we'll be back in just a moment. Okay, end of battle round 5. Somehow Imhotep survived the Knight charging into him. That was very unlikely. But given the fact that all that Peter has left on the field is Imhotep and 4 warriors, and I still have 2 Knights, and I'm also in ITC points up 30 to 16, we're not going to do battle round 6. Good game, Peter. Oh, sorry, I'm holding the camera with the wrong hand. So, Peter, how do you feel about your list and about the game you just played?
A lot better than my previous Necron games. Okay. So, really excited to see what happens this weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
We'll have to do a wrap-up and see how we both did after that.
Well, I'm going to be bringing this camera to the CTC and filming at least the beginning and end of my games. Not filming as I play, because that's just not doable. But I'll do a little report, and then maybe we can catch up after and see how you did.
I'll try to take some photos.
I think you played fairly well. I would have moved the Doomsday Arks forward. I know that the big guns have all the range in the world, but I think you want to get the small guns into the
I
fight.
think the volume of fire.
Yeah, the volume of fire is worth it. Beyond that, for me, well, I forgot to bring my Assassin Downturn 2 again, so I'm going to have to keep in mind that I need to do that. But I am very happy about the Calidus, because the Calidus cost you 3 very clutch command points, turn 1.
Yeah, I went from 10 to 8, or sorry, I went from 10 to 2 in 1 turn.
Yeah.
Or something like ridiculous like that.
That's really, really, really clutch. So, well, I guess tomorrow, because it's now past midnight, but this weekend we're going to be playing in this event. 72 people are registered, last I checked, so it's pretty huge.
So it'll be a big
I'm going to be really interested to see how it goes. Hopefully it goes smoothly, and good luck at the event.
Good luck to you too. And
thank you.
Best thing, they have a bar. So.
There's that. Worst comes to worst, we can just have some beers. All right. Good luck at the event. We'll talk to you soon.
I'll see you later.
Good night, people.
Good night.